Luke 1, verses 26 through 29. In the 6th month after Elizabeth had become pregnant, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee. He was sent to a virgin. The girl was engaged to a man named Joseph. He came from the family line of David. The virgin's name was Mary. The angel greeted her and said, "The Lord has blessed you in a special way. He is with you." Mary was very upset because of his words. She wondered what kind of greeting this could be. But the angel said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. God is very pleased with you. You will become pregnant and give birth to a son. You must call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High God."
From the beginning of time, God knew that He would someday send His Son to earth. He knew exactly when it would happen and how it would happen. And when He chose who would be the mother of God's own Son, He could have chosen any woman. He could have chosen a queen or a warrior or a great scientist. And while the woman that God chose seemed very common at the time, she was chosen very, very carefully. God was looking for a gentle and loving mama to take care of the baby Jesus. He needed a wise mama who could raise a little boy different from all the other children. He needed a strong mama who would encourage Jesus as He carried the weight of the whole world on His shoulders. And He needed a very brave mama who would be there for Jesus when He died on the cross. And God chose a girl named Mary.
When the angel came and told Mary that she would be the mother of God's Son, she was terrified and confused. She knew that other people wouldn't understand. She didn't think that Joseph would understand. She knew this would change everything in her life forever. But she trusted and obeyed God.
Later on in Luke 2, we learn about Jesus' birth and how the angels sang and the shepherds visited the stable. After all of that happened, it says in Luke 2:19, "But Mary kept all these things like a secret treasure in her heart. She thought about them over and over." Most moms have a box of baby treasures filled with things like booties and hats and cards from friends, all reminders of a very precious time. I wonder if Mary kept a treasure box too. And if she did, what might she have put in it? She might have kept a little bit of straw from the night that Jesus was born in the stable. It wasn't where she and Joseph would have chosen to have him, but the straw would have reminded her that God had provided for them. She might have also kept some wool from the sheep that came with the shepherds. The wool would have reminded her of how kind the shepherds had been that night. She might have kept some of the swaddling clothes that she had wrapped Jesus in, and those cloths would have reminded her that Jesus came to wrap the whole world in His love. And maybe she kept just a tiny bit of the gold and frankincense and myrrh that the wise men had brought. The gold was a symbol of Jesus' purity, the frankincense a symbol of His devotion to God, and the myrrh was later used to anoint Jesus' body as a symbol of hope for eternal life.
What memories, kids, will you treasure up this Christmas? Will you treasure memories of a quiet season and special time with your family? Will you remember that even during a pandemic, you were able to celebrate Jesus' birth? Will you treasure knowing that Jesus lives in your heart? Maybe during this Christmas season, you will decide to ask Jesus to come into your heart. You can do that anytime by saying something like this: "Jesus, I love you. I want you to wash away the sins in my life. Thank you for coming to earth and dying on the cross for me. Please live in my heart." And then you can tell Him anything else that you are feeling, because He is listening.
If you prayed this prayer today, Or if you decide to do it later on, tell someone. Tell your parents, tell Miss Lori or Miss Kathy or me, tell one of our pastors. We want to celebrate with you. Merry Christmas. Have a great week.
Peace be with you.